With us today we have a circular automatic timepiece. The watch case back states stainless steel, but it does seem that the case is most likely a zinc alloy. The watch gets vintage bezel-less design. We get a dual-tone stainless steel case and gold tone at the top edge surrounding the crystal. Winner is the brand of this watch. It presents us with an exhibition case back. In addition, weather provided a stitched and padded genuine leather strap. This watch here has cost me just 17 bucks, and I have left the link in the description below the video, so make sure to check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now let's get into the comprehensive review of this Winner automatic timepiece. The dimensions of the watch are a diameter of 43.2 millimeters, a height of 14.9 millimeters, but mostly due to the domed crystal on top. The lug-to-lug length is 49.7 millimeters and the lug-to-lug width is 24 millimeters, which tapers down to 20 at the buckle. The weight is just 75 grams on this genuine leather strap. When looking at the profile from the side, we see the tall and convex flanks. It's not a cushion design of the flanks, they're just slightly rounded outward. So quite interesting case sides here. We also see that the lugs are short and stout. The tips of the lugs point downwards aggressively. This explains the relatively modest lug-to-lug measurement of under 50 millimeters, while the case diameter is 43 millimeters. So good design thinking here. As you can see, the watch sits fine without any overhang on my 6.5-inch wrist. The downward sloping lugs hug the watch close to my wrist. There is also just one distinct layer of the watch. The case walls are mirror polished. The polished styling is even and consistent. The transition to the lug hoods are done via smooth bevels. There are no sharp edges anywhere on this watch case. On the right hand side of the watch case, we get an average size push-pull unsigned crown. At the first position, we adjust the date. At the second position, we adjust the time. As we turn the watch to the underside, we see a stainless steel screw-down case back with the exhibition in the middle. Through the exhibition case back, we can see the undecorated rotor as well as the gears of this automatic movement. If we talk about the crystal, well, we get mineral crystal here, not sapphire, but that is really, I think, quite expected at this very budget price point of sub $20. Also, if you recall, we get a height of 14.9 millimeters, but this is very much due to this protruding and quite a big dome on this mineral crystal. It is quite vintage inspired. I think it looks quite good, but considering it is just a single dome, we get quite a bit of distortion when we look at the rehaut from the side of the case. So we're just trying to have a look at it here. It's not a bad thing. This is just a design cue that's very much familiar from the vintage timepieces. The dial is white. There are two distinct parts of the dial, the outer layer and the inner circle. Let's start with the outer layer. We get applied Roman numerals for the hour marks. Also, there's a 3D effect with the numbers being just above the dial surface. On the inner circle, we have the minute rack around the perimeter and 24-hour numerals. Between the 4 and 5 o'clock, we have a date window. There is no frame around it, it's just a neat cutout in the dial. Now, I find that rather interesting, considering that the date window is sitting at 4:30, while the crown is at 3 p.m. Now, this is not a deal breaker, but it is a slightly interesting look. But the good thing is, of course, is that there is a date window that makes the watch much more practical and robust in everyday usage. The dial texture is embedded with radial lines around the inner circle. It's supported by a sunburst effect, and the word automatic is applied just above the 6 o'clock position. That makes the watch dial look much more special. The minute and hour hands are in alpha styling, while the seconds pointer gets a lollipop style. The lume is applied to the minute and hour hands as well as the seconds lollipop hand. In regards to the strap, we get a stitched and padded genuine leather strap. It's wide with a lug-to-lug distance of 24 millimeters. It actually does taper down closer to the clasp to just 20 millimeters. Still, this is quite a wide strap, and that makes sense considering the diameter here is 43.2 millimeters. But I guess the classic ratio of strap lug-to-lug width and the diameter is 1:2, so we should be expecting somewhere like a 22 millimeter strap, but we're getting a 24, and I think that actually suits better because it just looks like the fit here is a bit more comfortable and it's just more visually pleasing. If we talk about the clasp here, this is actually a surprise because this is a milled. Even though it's unsigned, it's still a milled buckle clasp. It doesn't feel flimsy at all. It's quite solid. This is a very nice piece. I'm guessing if there was a signed winner logo here, it would look a bit more premium, but even at this price point, this milled clasp is a surprise. Usually, for this price point, we get something very flimsy. This is a solid piece of steel. Very nice. Thank you, winner. What can I say in summary? Well, this is definitely an interesting piece. It's got a very interesting dial, 2 layers to it, a 3D effect on the outer layer. We've got a nice sunburst with embedded radial finishing in the middle. The brand logo is applied at the 12 o'clock position, but again, the keyword here is automatic just above the 6 o'clock position. I think the domed mineral crystal, as well as the bezel-less design with the gold tone around the crystal here, that really does suit this vintage aesthetic. Also, considering we get an exhibition case back with an automatic piece at just 17 bucks, this is definitely a very interesting watch. So I will be leaving the links to this listing in the description below the video, so please make sure to check it out if you're after a sharp price. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.